South Park decided to do a tale on Lizzo, or at least a play on Lizzo and her name. You all know Lizzo as the very famous singer who's sort of in like the pop R&B type space. She is known for being overweight and sort of made that a part of her brand. She refers to herself as fat, as a big girl, and sort of cheers on other big girls. All of her dancers happen to be plus size women as well. And she's very much made it a part of her brand to not only show her positivity towards her body, but oftentimes she does put down people who happen to be skinnier, happen to be have a more healthy framework for their body and their lifestyle. And South Park decided to do a joke about Lizzo, and she actually reacted on TikTok. So let's hear it, and more importantly, let's see what South Park had to say about Lizzo.
Here we go.
I was telling you, Sheila, these new drugs are pretty amazing. I was feeling so ashamed of myself, watching Randy go out and exercise all the time and not eating as much. But I just don't have the same kind of willpower he has.
Which of the drugs are you on, Sharon? Ozempic, Mounjaro?
Oh no, I talked to my doctor. He said insurance would only pay for those if I had diabetes.
But if you can't afford them, then how are you managing your weight?
Don't you know, Sheila? Now there's a whole new obesity drug for those of us who can't afford Ozempic and Mounjaro. I've controlled all my cravings to be thinner with Lizzo.
It's Lizzo. FDA-approved Lizzo makes you feel good about your weight, and it costs 90% less than Ozempic.
I've lowered my standards and my expectations.
It's Lizzo. In case studies, 70% of patients on Lizzo no longer cared how much they weighed.
Oh,
I don't give two shits.
my
Lizzo
gosh.
helps you eat everything you want and keep physical activity to a minimum. Some patients report constipation while listening to Lizzo. Stop listening to Lizzo if you experience suicidal thoughts. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis, hypothermia,
Cut the fucking album!
out your ears. Are you living with concerns of obesity?
Ask about the power of not giving a fuck with Lizzo.
Period.
That's crazy.
But she actually goes on to say, that's crazy, but, they made a joke about me. I truly made it. And she said, if not caring about your weight is what I'm known for, then that is totally fine. I will take it. And, that's cool with me, which I can actually deeply appreciate. If you're able to go on and take a joke, I think that's great. And I'm going to pull up her response at the end here, where she actually talks about her view on the cartoon South Park. And I can't help but agree with her. It is kind of an honor to be featured on South Park. And if you can take that in stride, that somebody's making a joke about you, all the better. It really gave her points in my eyes. So let's watch what she had to say.
That's crazy. I just feel like, damn, I'm really that bitch. I'm really that bitch. I really showed the world how to love yourself and not give a fuck, to the point where these men in Colorado know who the fuck I am and put it on their cartoon that's been around for 25 years. I'm really that bitch, and I'll show y'all how to not give a fuck, and I'm gonna keep on showing you how to not give a fuck. Oh, Lizzo, bitch.
You know what? I'll take that. That's fine. I think as far as South Park jokes go at the expense of a celebrity, it was pretty tame. They didn't go too hard on her. It was the perfect joke, honestly, to say that there is now a drug called Lizzo that makes you accept that you are overweight and to not really give a fuck about what people think about you. It's a great play. Obviously, shout out to Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They are brilliant. I don't know if they actually live in Colorado. You guys can confirm that for me in the chat. But yeah, there are many ways you could have taken this, and there is many a celebrity that is freaked out at South Park and the creators of South Park for having made fun of them. And when a long established show like South Park makes fun of you as a celebrity or a public figure, I think the absolute best thing you can do is just take it in stride, be able to laugh at yourself, acknowledge when something is actually funny and, you know, an accurate or maybe even inaccurate depiction of yourself. And Lizzo gave a positive spin to it. She said, well, if the Lizzo drug makes you accept your body and be positive towards it, then I'll take it. I'm that girl, because that is exactly what I'm advocating for. And you know what? She got the joke, took it in stride, turned it into something positive, which I think is the best possible reaction that you can have toward something like that. Of course, I have my qualms with Lizzo, the things she says, the things she advocates for, her general attitude towards herself and others. But this gave her points for me. If I was made fun of in a South Park episode, that would be the biggest honor. South Park is in this special space as a show where they can truly joke about anything and everything and be in that space of not being politically correct without being judged. And I think it's sort of because they're grandfathered in as far as comedy goes. You see a lot of newer comedians, fresh comedians make jokes that don't exactly land, and they go through this whole cancellation process and people trying to come after them. But there are some just goated, grandfathered in comedians and writers who there's just nothing is ever going to happen to them. They stand in the space of being able to talk about anything. Dave Chappelle, I feel like, is one of those people. They tested it with him. They tried to cancel him. It didn't work. Norm Macdonald was one of them. May he rest in peace. South Park, 100% is up there when it comes to being able to be non-politically correct and still make a statement and still be popular and still have people stand by you. And there you go. So if there's one thing I'm gonna say that's great about Lizzo, it's great that she can take a joke and turn it into something positive, and it's what we all should do.